Hi, this is Lindsay from Primary Polka Dots, and I'm going to be going over my Apples and Pumpkins August and September themed Fluency Practice packet. I have these packets for each season as well as a couple of months like October, November, and December. The purpose of these packets is to practice fluency with older students. You can start with grades 2 and up with these packets. Each packet contains 4 sets of fluency practice word cards, and as well as what fluency is. I talk about how it's more than just reading phrases accurately. It's also the importance of your students comprehending what they read at their correct word per minute rate that they should be reading at. Fluency is also reading like they talk, and their words should flow like water. So these practice cards help students practice these skills. We also talk about why fluency is important, as well as how to practice fluency. The next thing talks about how to use these cards step by step. There are 4 cards in each set, and each set contains step 1 card, step 2, step 3, and step 4. You can read or you can use these cards in small groups. You can use them at a fluency center. You can use them with buddy reading. In this case, there are 8 sets of cards because this is for August and September. I apologize. So each set is for each week of the month. There's also some more fluency practices right here for you to view. All right, here are the cards right here. This is what it looks like. You have card 1, step 1, card 1, step 2, card 1, step 3, and comprehension card 1. It's important that the students actually go back to the passages and dig out what they've read so that they understand what they're reading. It's not about how fast you can read. It's not about how many words you can read in a minute. If you can read a ton of words in a minute but you don't understand what you're reading, then you're still not reading fluently. Okay, so I'm going to go through step by step how this works. Here is one of the sets from this particular packet from August and September. This one's all about football. So the topics of these cards are pretty versatile for guys and girls. They're high interest. So on this particular set, you have step 1, and step 1 is simply for fun. It's a little silly, but it also helps them to pay attention to the text, what they're reading. It's not about comprehending information, but it's actually just looking at the text. How are the phrases put together? What stop signs am I paying attention to? Semicolons, commas, exclamation marks, periods. When you read this, it's not going to make any sense, but it's focusing their attention on the phrasing of the text. So, for example, this is what it would sound like. Football, football, run a play. Football, touchdown, play, play. Football, touchdown points. Football, touchdown, Friday night games, run a play, points, points, Friday night, football, and touchdown. It's basically just to get them to chunk the phrases. It has nothing to do with comprehension elements. Okay, so step 2 is the comprehension. It comes into play. They're actually reading, and it will make sense. There's content in this passage, but it's still chunking and phrasing the sentences for them. They also have to look at the stop signs, and they have to stop and think, how would I breathe? How long do I pause? What do I do at the stop sign? So card 2 looks like this. Monday Night Football has become a tradition in the United States every fall. Football is a beloved sport. From small town Friday night games to huge stadiums packed out each Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. So they're paying attention to the chunking. They're also listening to the words that they're reading. They're making sure that they stop at the stop signs. Are they breathing correctly? For example, ready, comma, take a pause. Set, comma, take a pause. Hike, get excited because you're using an exclamation mark. Step 3 is the same content as step 2, except there's no chunking by color coding in this. They actually have to use the strategies that they've been practicing all week long to become a fluent reader. The final card is the comprehension card, and this is where they go back into the text and they have to prove their answers using details from the text. A lot of times I would use the comprehension card after step 3, but you can do this any way you want to. It's just a great way for students to go back into the text, prove their answers, and actually show that they're comprehending what they're reading as well. And they can just write this on a sheet of notebook paper in a reading notebook if you have that in your classroom, or they can turn it in on a little exit slip.